What the hell are we going to use this for now? Right, we're going to be trying something, we're not sure. Well, we know the other axle's upside down. It was called a stepped axle. So we're just going to try it with this. We're going to flip it over and see if that would work. Because it would save taking the other wagon off and swapping it over. We're not sure if there's anything else other than it being flipped upside down which has made it shorter in height. So just getting it into a bit where it's softer for it to flip over with, and then we're going to see what happens when we do that, because it's got to work design wise and it's got to have the right clearance for the wagon weigh cells to work. So I'm going to measure a couple of things and flip it over and see if it's the same. Measured one side, now we're going to flip it. Bang. That's definitely lower, like. We'll need to edit the front. Looks like it might work. This is what it's down to. It's definitely lower anyway.
Fucking 11 centimetres.
It's the same.
There's only one U-bolt on it though, that's the worrying thing. So when it comes down, might need to cut one of these off. We'll find out when we're putting them on.
This is the weirdest thing, reversing that. Easiest thing to reverse. So last night Dad was thinking, now that we've flipped it over, the weigh cells will need turned, otherwise it'll be in the minus. And he was right. So, big set of Stilson's turned them. That's us getting it lined up. Sorted the base suit last night and some of this morning, and now we're gonna try and get it set up, ready to go. Ready to go. Then bring it back over the road here. Back towards you. Back. So close. Get the bolt through this weigh cell and that will be the front on. It looks like it's gonna be good. Yes. Looking good, looking good. So what needs edited is I need to cut these. Alright, so the bit at the front of the wagon, it was hitting off of the beam across the axle. So we've cut it, well, took it off with the bolts of course, and I've had to cut an angle out of it so it can slot down in. So we're now going to re-strengthen it, because that'll be absolutely no use with the weight of the wagon. So this is what we're doing now, strengthening it up, beefing it up so that it won't collapse. I have no idea what it was used for before, but that wasn't the right settings. Took a wee bit of adjusting, but we got there. A really nice weld on the left there, the right hand side still wasn't quite right. But it'll hold. Right up.
Give me the hammer, it's on then.
Ah, it's on the axle. Perfect. To put one of the old augers in from this wagon. We picked the one that's not as gubbed as the other one for the moment, because we can't get the cog off the front of the old good wagon. so the cogs are all it holds the whole lot on, so that's why we can't get it back. Because the cogs are seized, so we'll need to do that another day. Because at the moment we're too far in to be turning back now, because we'll need this wagon to work for tomorrow morning's feeding. All the difference between the two. So that's what it was originally like. Good morning, folks. We did it. We did it. It took a while. Yesterday was do it or, well, it had to be done. So got the conveyor on yesterday, put some silage in it, got it going, fed out. It tucks in very nicely. Conveyor's fantastic. The augers look good. A load of feeding came yesterday. We're waiting on another load of feeding to come so we can mix it into the shed. But you can see the good auger on the left. We just could not get that blooming well cog off the front there for this right hand auger on the other wagon. So we ended up having to put one of the old ones back in, but that one seems to be okay and it's working, so it'll do for the now till such a time as we manage to get it off. We ended up twisting the pullers we had for bearing pullers we use for trying to pull the cog off. Ended up getting twisted and buckled because how much pressure was on it. I was scalping it with a hammer to try and shock it as well, and it just wasn't happening. But aye, looks really good the way cells work. The axle's flipped upside down, one new auger, new conveyor, everything's singing and dancing. Fantastic. Well, a blooming big job that was, but we're there now. Well, she mix. She weighed alright, says 3.4 on it. This is me mixing up the blend to feed out to then top up again. See how we get on. Still no bangs. That actually looks really good. It's working. You can see here what it does. So the two bottom screws shove it forward, and then as it gets to the front it lifts up, and then these top augers bring it back. And there's not much auger here, so that means it falls down to the bottom. The fuller the wagon, the further it gets back. This is just a blend, so it's not going to be that full, but when I put the big mix in, that's when it's to its fullest. The neighbour actually came in and helped us yesterday, Big Davey. You would have seen him in the video. Well, thank God he came, because that's it was a hell of a job yesterday, and if he wasn't there, we would have been well into the night. It was late enough as it was. I think it was nearly 9 o'clock or thereabouts. So that was late enough to get done. Dinner outside, Mum brought pizza out. Bro, but we're away. Fantastic. Conveyor works and everything. Right, better drive forward. Brilliant! Woohoo! There we have it. Full blend. Main lot mix. That's mixing up beautifully. Actually, I think it's nearly done. Doesn't need to mix for long at all with this wagon, that's the beauty of it. All these Keenan folk waiting for over half an hour. Look at that. Done in less than 5 minutes.